All right, guys, let's dive right into it. Welcome to Webinar Wednesday. We have people joining us from all around the world. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys today. If this is your first time joining, I'm Jason there on the left, and we're lucky to have Patrick with us as always. Patrick has transitioned into a new role at the Customization Experts, making tools and extensions to complement the Brilliant Directories platform. We'll talk about a little bit more on that in just a bit, but Patrick, thank you for joining us as well.
It's always a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Jason.
All right. I'm excited for today's episode. I think we'll cover a lot of good topics. I always like to recommend, if you haven't already done so, joining our LinkedIn Strategy Network. If we don't get to your questions today, or if you have questions after the webinar, it's a great place to start a discussion, see what other directory owners are talking about, and get information not only from myself and Patrick, but other members of the Brilliant Directories team, as well as fellow directory owners like yourself. So you can go to brilliantdirectories.com/LinkedIn. It's free to join. Just make sure you're logged in to your LinkedIn account. All right, and for those of you who are joining us for the first time, the rules of engagement of Webinar Wednesday, we are here to serve you. So any questions you have about your directory website or directory websites in general, we will do our best, Patrick and myself, to answer your questions for you. You can ask questions about marketing your website, setting up your website, coding your website, strategies on how to generate more traffic and leads and revenue. If we don't know the answer, we'll do our best to point you in the right direction to a resource that might be able to help you. And again, you can always post your discussion in that LinkedIn group, and maybe some other directory owners might have a better answer for you as well. So it's all about community and helping each other out here in Webinar Wednesdays. So it's great to be with you guys here today. All right, before we dive into the Q&A section, Patrick and I were talking before the webinar, and we thought it would be an important topic to talk about when and why to pay for a customization. And this can be applied to any platform you're using for your online businesses, not just Brilliant Directories. Obviously, any platform that you choose, whether it's even a WordPress site or whatever it might be, Shopify for e-commerce sites, there comes a point where there is a limitation to the platform, and you might have to pay a developer to do something for you that's outside the native scope of the native features of a platform. And it's not a bad thing to do a customization, but there are appropriate times to do a customization. So Pat and I put this quick list together. Pat, do you want to maybe take over here and cover a few of these first points and why they're important to consider?
Absolutely, be happy to. The first point on there, and to me, maybe one of the more important ones, is a lot of times when people are getting started, they start thinking about the finished product. I often like to give my Facebook analogy, where when Facebook started, basically it was a website for relationship status in college kids, and they're able to share photos and basically find out if people were dating or not. Was one of the big initial uses of that. Of course, Mark Zuckerberg knew he wanted to monetize it someday. One day he wanted to be able to allow marketers to target via sponsored content and so forth. A lot of additional features have been added to Facebook since then, of course. But what he did was he got out quickly, launched quickly, and got people using it, got feedback from his users, and then continued adding functionality to it. So before you start spending money in customizations, I always recommend launching your website with as basic of an idea as you can get, getting feedback from your end users, getting feedback from potential businesses that could sign up. And basically, once you're certain that you're onto something, that you're getting good feedback, that people are using it, finding out from them what type of customizations you should invest in. Because oftentimes, if you start down the customization path before getting a proof of concept, you can get discouraged, and it could lead to long delays, and eventually your idea is going to die out before you ever truly gave it an opportunity to succeed.
So you just said a good mouthful there, Pat. So you're telling me Facebook didn't wait to have all the features they have today. They launched a proof of concept and have continued adding features to their site ongoing as the site continues to grow.
That is correct. And oftentimes that's how successful online businesses start out. They add functionality. It makes for a great newsletter. Even I often recommend out of the default functionalities that Brilliant Directories has, you have a 2-year marketing strategy of releasing new content to your members. You're now able to post deals. You're now able to post videos. You can now post photo albums. You can now, even with the default functionality, don't give everything to your members out of the gates. You want to hold some custom functionality and some default functionality for a later time, so you can educate people on all these great features your website eventually is going to have.
Awesome. And then with that, brings us to number 2: is it absolutely necessary for your business to operate with or without these customizations? And that goes into, can you afford it? And would you be able to get to a proof of concept without the customizations? Is that kind of the idea there? Is, are you able to get to a proof of concept without customizations?
That's correct. There are instances where the entire concept is built around a small piece of custom functionality. Of course, in that case, it would make sense to invest in that if it's a part of the core concept and the foundation of what your website's going to be about. It's quite rare that that's the case. If it is the case, it does make sense. And of course, the other exception being if you're an existing brand, if you need to keep up with a certain appearance and it's necessary, or you have a significant budget and you're willing to invest in large customizations and you can handle a delay on the eventual launch, those would be the cases where maybe customizations would be right for you. But I'd probably put that at a 5% of cases, Jason, to be honest. It's quite rare that somebody falls into that category.
I also want to add to that, I frequently talk to people about their directory websites ideas. Daily, I talk to them, and we're trying to figure out if Brilliant Directories is the right solution for them. And what I've learned after talking to hundreds, if not thousands of people at this point, you're never going to find a platform that has 100% of everything you have in your mind. So you want to shoot for a platform that has maybe 80 or 90% of what you're looking for to help you get to that proof of concept. And then the other 10% or 20% that it's lacking, those are things that you might want to focus on later after you have a proof of concept. So when you're searching for a solution, search for something that has 80 or 90% of what you're looking for, the core competency of what you're looking to achieve with the website, and then focus on customizations later. So that's always something to consider also.
Yeah, that's great feedback. I completely agree.
An obvious thing is have you tried workarounds? So, you might not have the functionality you need. And I've worked with lots of platforms over the years, and I found out by, what you're really trying to control is the navigation and flow of the user experience on your website for the most part when you're trying to create custom functionality. If you can find workarounds that slightly achieve that navigation and that flow, you could save yourself a lot of time and money until, again, we're going to keep getting back to it, until you get a proof of concept so you can formally and really correctly create the customization that you need. So I'm a big advocate for finding workarounds, finding alternatives, or maybe just cutting it out altogether and saving it for a later time.
And oftentimes it's amazing where somebody will reach out to me for a customization, and it's a customization in their minds, and I inform them it's default functionality, or if you just tweak a setting, or if you just tweak this, you're going to get the full functionality. Something you thought that was going to cost you a couple $1,000s is probably one website audit away, or a website edit call with a Brilliant Directories coach away from being set up on your website. So oftentimes I recommend, before you even submit a lead in the marketplace, book a call with a coach, spend 30 minutes with somebody with Brilliant Directories that knows the system inside out, tell them what you're trying to accomplish, and you'll be surprised how often they can point you in a direction that's very close to what you're looking to get with a workaround within the system itself. It's a very flexible system.
Or you can also join in Webinar Wednesday and ask your question here also. So this is a perfect platform for you guys to ask questions like that.
Absolutely.
This one's probably the least obvious, because we're all inside of our own heads. When the people that I do talk to, they want their website to do everything. They want flying kittens across the homepage. They want to dominate their industry is where they're coming from. So they want to do this. They want emails to go out when this happens, and X, Y, and Z, and they're trying to dominate the industry. And they really want their website to be a Swiss Army knife that does everything, and it blows with the competition out of the water. One is they probably don't have a budget to do that. Two is they're thinking too grand, especially to just get a proof of concept off the ground. And number three is, whose ideas are those? Are those in individuals, or has a focus group been done? Have members of your community asked for those features? Does the industry demand those features? If it's just your idea and you have a long list of ideas and goals, you might want to consider editing that or asking for feedback before investing in customizations for something that your members may not even want, or the industry may not even need for your website to do. Pat, do you have anything to add about that, understanding your vision versus what other people, what your members are actually, wanting from your website to do?
And I do, I would talk to at least 10 potential members. Again, get that initial proof of concept up and running, and sit down face-to-face time. Business owners will be happy to sit down and give you feedback, because you're basically building a tool that's designed to get them more business. If they're reluctant, you can always say, hey, I'll give you a year's free membership. I just would love your feedback. Here's how it is today. What functionality would be important to you? Let them tell you. If you start off with your idea before they're able to give you an uninfluenced, an unbiased opinion on their end, you may not get the real opinion that you'd get if you just ask them flat out what their wish list items were, and you may be surprised that your big idea is nowhere on their needs list.
Exactly. So imagine you went down the path, you and your partner, could be a family member, a friend, had a big bright idea, and it's not that it's a bad idea, it's just not in demand. So it's better to find out if it's an in-demand idea before going down I consider it sometimes the black hole of customizations, because it can be never ending if you really don't know exactly what you're asking for from a developer. And that's actually another thing, is when you work on customizations with a developer, this is just good knowledge for anyone. When you're working with a developer, try to split your project up into small phases, because it's easy to it's not a good idea to give the developer here, do all of this. They're not going to have a target or a goal or a phase one or a phase two. But if you can break the project down into smaller pieces, you can say, okay, this is our target, is to accomplish this one thing. Okay, this is done. Now we can go on to the next thing. So you really want to create sections and phases for your customization, to not only add sanity for your developer, but to keep you on track as things are getting completed for you in your development project. And then lastly, the most important thing is, if you're going to spend money on something, unless you have lots of extra cash lying around, you want to make sure you get a return on your investment. And generally for websites, it can be different things, but is it going to help you generate more revenue? Is it going to help you bring more traffic to your site, or some other type of key performance indicator that's going to add value to your brand and your organization? So when you have your list of customizations, you might want to outline the benefit of having that customization, so it's clear not only to you, but to other, maybe your partners or your coworkers, when you're trying to present the customization and lobby that it needs to get completed. So just ask yourself, what really is the benefit of this customization? One thing at Brilliant Directories, we are big advocates of trying to save you guys as much money as possible with your website projects, because Google ads and customizations and hiring developers and SEO, marketers, all this stuff can get very expensive very quickly. So our recommendation is, try to use the resources and tools that are readily available to you already. Try to use free resources and tools that are available for marketing your site. And only when you reach roadblocks, and only when you really feel the squeeze and the hurt, then seek out paid assistance. That's usually the appropriate time to seek out additional help for hire. And then with that, we want to show you guys where you can get if you do need to do customizations on your site. We've mentioned this in previous webinars, but Brilliant Directories, there is a community of developers around Brilliant Directories. There's also Facebook groups around Brilliant Directories where you can get insight from developers. But if you feel that you need to do a customization on your Brilliant Directories website, you can go to marketplace.brilliantdirectories.com. Here you can browse to hire developers, and what you can do is you can find you can search here, and what you can do is you can click on somebody that you like. You can read their reviews, so you can see reviews that they've had from previous jobs. You can see what their specialties are. Maybe it's custom forms, data importing, whatever it might be. And what you can do is you can actually send them a message and request a quote. So you can come to the marketplace, find who you want. You can share your website link, tell them what you're looking to accomplish, and you can contact several people that meet the criteria, and they'll get back to you with a quote. And if you like the quote, then you can move forward with the customization on your site. In addition to that, all these developers, they are certified Brilliant Directories developers. They've demonstrated an expertise in the software. They also have extensions that they've built for Brilliant Directories. So these are tools and extensions that third-party companies have built. So if you're maybe looking for additional functionality, they may have already created a solution for you here so that you don't need to do a customization. You can just probably make a one-off payment for one of these add-ons or extensions that they've created. So you guys might want to take a look and browse developer plugins and extensions and see if there's something there that you need on your site that isn't readily available on the native platform. And with that, one of the extensions that caught our eye here was this one from Customization Experts, which is Analytics Pro, and it is a free tool. And I'm very amazed with what they've done with the Analytics Pro. I'm going to have Patrick tell you a little bit more about the Analytics Pro. It's a free product, and it works on every Brilliant Directories website, and it's going to give you tremendous insight into the traffic on your site, how many leads are getting processed on your site. I'm going to pass it over to Patrick, but that's a little bit on where to get customizations, where to find additional extensions for your Brilliant Directories site. And because this is a free tool, we think it's great for everyone. So Pat, I'll pass it over to you, and you can tell everyone a little bit more about what Analytics Pro can do for Brilliant Directories websites.
Thank you very much, Jason. I'm extremely passionate about this tool. This tool was built thanks to some great feedback, multiple phone calls with Brilliant Directories customers, a lot of conversations here on this webinar. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to build a tool that a directory owner can use as a foundation for running their directory. This is such an important tool, we feel, that it's something that should be 100% free. So this is going to be a free tool for everyone to use. We're constantly going to be adding to it. And Jason, I'm not sure if I have the option to share my screen yet. All right, there we go. So the Analytics Pro is a custom admin module that can be installed inside your Brilliant Directories dashboard. And what it does is it gives you an overview of important data and metrics that you can use to analyze what's working, what's not working, spikes, and so forth. For example, you're able to see how many members you have signed up, how many you've had in the last 30 days, your month loads. This is pretty interesting. This is how many page loads you're currently getting for the month. So we can see it's the 7th of February, and there's been 16,000 page loads for the month, and today 1,877 page loads. You're also able to see how much content has been posted by members. What we mean by content could be a coupon, it could be an event, it could be a photo album, it could be a video. So we can tell that there's been 260 content posts within the last 30 days and just under 6,500 in total. We can see how many leads are coming into the site. We're going to talk quite a bit about leads in just a bit here. 213 in the last 30 days in particular. This one graph I do like because it lets you analyze. The red bar will let you see how many people have logged in on a daily basis throughout the last 30 days. So I find this to be quite helpful because you can analyze why were there so few people that logged in on this day. Did we do a social media post? Did an email campaign go out? What did our staff do to garner that amount of login activity? You can also see how many signups you're getting on a daily basis. So one day 76, another day 4, another day 72. So what happened on these 2 days where there's a large spike of signups? Me as the directory owner, I would want to analyze that data, and whatever I'm doing on those days, you better believe it, I'd like to repeat that behavior so that we can continue to get a lot of signups. We're also able to see a clean layout of how much content is getting posted. So we can see we have 27 audio files, we have over 4,000 videos, et cetera, et cetera. We can also see the hourly visit metric. So what hours of the day do people come to my site the most? This is good for also social media post activities, or if you want to have a newsletter to go out or an email campaign, it's usually good to send it out a little bit before your spike comes in. So in this case, it'd be around the 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. Time frame, so that you can make sure they get their email, and then according to their behavior, they're going to come out to your website and check it out. You're also able to see the latest website activity, and this allows you to see when members are making changes, when they're logging in, when they're making changes, if admins are making edits to your site as well. So anytime a member custom updates their contact details form or posts something new, that's going to show up here, and it does refresh every 10 seconds. So you get some real analytics in terms of what's going on, both on the admin side as well as on the member side. And what I'm proudest of is the lead statistics, where you're able to see the lead distribution based on the status. So in this case, over almost just under 70% of the leads are still in pending status. Again, Jason, we'll go into details over leads. I do have some tabs open for that. And we can also see the lead distribution by membership level. So this data is interesting to know how many free members are getting leads, how many paid members are getting leads, and what kind of percentage is that? What does that equal? Am I taking care of my paid members? Is there a membership tier that's being forgotten? Do I have to take care of a certain group of people that are members on my website, for example?
Let me ask you a question. Lots of colors and charts, looks really nice. How is this going to help a directory owner manage their directory better, or generate more revenue from their directory knowing this information?
All right, so the leads in particular, I'll be able to show you very detailed examples of that. This here is what we call overview statistics. It's good to have a pulse on your website and know what's going on.
Absolutely.
There's no real action, there's not really actionable work that can be done with these two pie graphs. It's just giving you a good overview. I will be able to show you what you can do with it. I do want to show everyone what a lead is before I dive too deep into the leads. So we're going to go to a regular directory website. And as you can see, this is a profile page. So what is considered a lead is whenever somebody contacts a member directly. So if I were to fill out this form, this would go into the admin area, and it would most likely, most of the time it's labeled as pending, which means the member received the lead, but they have not clicked the link to accept it. The reason it's done that way is you're able to identify which members are not using their profiles and which ones are using their profiles. And with this tool, we're finally able to fully maximize how valuable that information is. And I'll go into detail in terms of how you can leverage that for your website. And a reminder, this is a free tool for everyone, so everyone's going to be able to use this. Another lead, some people use the get match forms or lead gen forms on their websites. These are also considered leads. Now, these can get sent out to 10 members at a time, so that's 10 leads gone out, but it's important to know which ones are accepting those leads and which ones are still set up as pending. And then, of course, this is the admin dashboard for a member. So a member that receives a lead, they'll get it like this. When we say that it's pending, it means that they have not clicked on a button to accept it yet. So they're going to have to accept the lead or purchase the lead. In this case, this lead is for sale. So that's that I would need to purchase it for it to go turn to accepted. So this works for both free leads and paid leads. So this is what we're talking about when we're talking about leads. Currently in the admin, this is where we go to manage leads. So you can see all of your pending leads, your matched leads, and your accepted leads. This is good for managing the leads. It's an amazing platform for that, but it's difficult for you to know which members have received the most amount of accepted leads, pending leads, and so forth. And that's what we've gone ahead and built. So if you go ahead and you click on view lead details, all of these modules provide deeper analytics for your website. The idea being that I can now see who has the most amount of pending leads, or how many accepted leads, declined leads, and sold out leads. And we also have the amount of profile views. So for me, if I'm going to be on a phone with a potential member, if I were to call the first member at the top, I would want to tell him that you've accepted 3 leads, you have 5 still pending leads, and did you know you had X amount of people that have come to your profile? We were able to give you this much exposure. I would want to leverage that into a partnership, upsell him to higher tier, or maybe build a partnership with that particular member.
So you're going to use data of how, let's say, how many interactions your website has had with a potential member, like how many leads you've sent them, and they haven't taken any action to accept an inquiry. So then that's an opportunity for you to get on the phone with them. One, make sure they can log into their account. Maybe something happened, they didn't get an email, went to their junk folder, and they never came back to the website. But this is a way to find opportunities to engage your members, whether they're highly engaged or less engaged.
That's correct. That's correct. And for example, here's an example where I want to see everybody that has the most amount of pending leads. Pending means they've probably never received an email. Maybe the email's going to the wrong person, or they don't know how to use their membership. They don't know how to accept a lead. So in this case, these are very lost opportunities. This member's received 12 leads, has never accepted a single lead. Is absolutely worth calling this person and trying to help them through there. This is an opportunity probably to upsell them, to build a relationship. There's no easier conversation to have than to have it with somebody that you're sending them business and you're telling them they're missing opportunities. This is good for claim listings if you have the claim listing add-on from Brilliant Directories as well. You're able to export your lists into CSV with phone numbers and emails. You can give this to a sales team. You can filter by membership tier if you want. So you can see, I want to see of my paid members who has the most amount of accepted leads, has the most amount of declined leads, who has the most profile views. And we'll be adding more and more filters to this. This is obviously just the beginning of this, but the idea is this is a sales segmentation tool that gives the directory owner data that's very valuable during a sales call.
I love it, Pat. How long have you guys been working on this?
This tool is probably 4 months in the making. It's been quite the project.
Wow. That's great. Let's see if anyone has any questions. We can unmute some of the microphones. Martin, I've unmuted your microphone.
Okay, it's a nice tool and everything, but the main question is how will we install it on our website?
Patrick, great question. Go for it, Pat.
That is a great question. So I'm going to put a link inside of the chat right now. Basically, it's a form that you fill. So all you need to do is you need to fill out the form. You're going to get an autoresponder. You just need to provide us with temporary credentials to your website, and we'll be able to complete the installation. The installation is quite quick. It usually takes 1 business day to complete the installation. There's probably going to be quite a few inquiries tomorrow, I would imagine. So maybe just tomorrow is going to take 1 or 2 days to do that. But let me go ahead and paste that link right now. Great question.
I think it'll take you to a page like this with a big orange, and it says "Give me Analytics Pro."
Correct.
Okay, and this is a absolutely free tool, right?
And it'll automatically update in the future. I won't have to do any updates on it. It'll do it automatically, or how will that work?
That's correct. If there's an update, everybody that has an installation will get an email, and they'll have the option of getting the update or not. That'll be entirely up to you. But as we're adding functionality, you'll definitely have that opportunity.
Okay, thanks.
My pleasure.
That was probably the most important question: is how do you get it? So thank you, Martin. All right. Okay, great. So that is an awesome extension. It's free. There's probably more out there from the developers in the marketplace that are just building tools around the Brilliant Directories platform. So we're really excited to see all this rallying around the Brilliant Directories platform and seeing developers get involved in creating more tools and extensions for you guys. I saw some I was going to go into the Q&A section now, but I did see some people typing questions. We had an add-on that was recently released, and I just want to show how that works. Let me just show you guys what that is. This was the lead price by category add-on. So I'll just go to the add-ons page here. This is also a game changer for your website. So this is already released. We'll remove this banner here. Basically, actually it ties in because Pat just did a big presentation on the importance of leads. Up until now, you were able to define the price that a member would pay for a lead based on their membership level. So let me show you where that was before. You would go to the Manage Products, you'd edit the different membership levels, and then you can define what the price of the lead would be. So in this case, a basic listing would pay $10 for a lead, and a prime business, someone at a higher level would pay a lower price for a lead. And that was all you were able to do. With the lead price by category, it kind of extends that. You can actually set the price per category requested in the lead. So I'll show you an example. So this site has one top level category, carpet and rug cleaners. I'm just want to make sure everyone can see the screen. Yes. So he has different sub-level categories. For example, he has commercial carpet cleaning and regular carpet cleaners. So what we can do is we can set the price. A commercial carpet cleaning lead can be $100, and a regular carpet cleaning lead could be $25, and maybe a mattress cleaning can be $500. I'm just doing these as an example. Let me save the changes here. Okay, now let's submit the lead through the website asking for a mattress cleaning professional. So this is our sample website here. And we're using, this is a lead gen form to find carpet cleaners. So what we'll do is we'll just fill out the form. This is a residential project. How many rooms? Just 2. And I'll put my name here and my email, just jason@bd.com. I'll put my phone number and the location. I'll put a location of a member I know there is someone, Colorado Springs. And here it says select a specialty. So this is where people are going to choose the category of the interest they're looking for. So if you're a local business site, maybe you want to charge more for attorney and lawyer leads as opposed to dog walking leads or roofing leads, because there is different value for the service that's being requested. So in this case, I'm going to select mattress cleaning. And if you guys remember, that was a $500 lead for mattress cleaning. So I'll just go ahead and submit this lead. All right, it says your message has been sent. Thank you. So I'm already logged in as this member. So if I go to edit listing, I should have a new lead waiting for me. Let me see here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't think this member is listed that they offer mattress cleaning services. I did a previous one for commercial carpet cleaning. Let's add them to, because it's really important, let me just add them to the mattress cleaning category. See, it's not checked here, so we're going to add them. That's why the lead wasn't matched with this person. So let me remove one. Mattress cleaning. There we go. Oops. Let's see what's going on. The number changed. All right, so now let's get rid of a few of these. All right, let's do mattress cleaning now and save the changes. All right, I'm going to submit the lead again. Now that this member is connected to the mattress, and that's what I love about the system, it'll automatically match the members with leads based on the category and the location being requested. So the system does all the work for you, and then it's up to the member if they want to purchase that lead. So Jason@BD, and I'll just put a phone number, and we'll do Colorado Springs again, and we'll select mattress cleaning, and I'll go ahead and submit this. Get free quotes now. All right, your message has been sent. So let's log back into HydroClean. And now we have a new notification. So now it says there's 2 leads pending. And here's the new one. So it's the system is automatically matched the lead with HydroClean. HydroClean gets an email saying, hey, we have a new lead for you. And voila, the lead price is $500 because the option was mattress cleaning. So this is a game changer if you're looking to generate more revenue. It was very limited just by membership level setting the lead price. Pat, do you have any comments on this and the benefits or any questions?
Outstanding. It's just amazing that most directories I've seen, I'd say half of the services, it's really hard to charge for those in a lead, but you don't want to just give away a corporate contract just for free either. So directory owners have always been in a difficult position to figure out, how do I charge for certain services and not for others? And this tool allows you to maximize your revenue essentially and not miss out on the opportunity and earn depending on the type of business that you're sending their way, which is fantastic.
So just give you guys a little logic of how it works. Obviously your site has sub-level categories and top-level categories. If the sub-level category has a price, that will be the price presented to the member. If there is no sub-level category price, but there is a price for the top-level category, then that will be the price the member pays. And if none of the categories have prices set, then it will fall back to the price set in the membership level. So that will be the hierarchy of how the lead price is selected. So shout out to the dev team at Brilliant Directories. I think this is a super valuable tool. If you guys are part of the VIP add-ons club, this will automatically get added to your site. If you don't see it, just email the support team and they'll make sure that you guys have lead price by category on your website. Okay, we were top heavy on some presentation stuff today, but super valuable. That's okay. So now let's get into some of the fun stuff, and Patrick and I will do our best to answer your questions.
And also, we're one man short. I'm going to do my best to answer as many questions as I can in the chat, but just want to let you guys know that we'll do our best to answer all the questions that are asked tonight.
That's right. We usually have Gabe with us on the webinars. He's just not available today, so he's here with us in spirit, but we are one man short for the webinars. All right, so let's just start with the A's, and Arlana, I'll unmute your microphone. How are you, Arlana?
Great, thank you.
Where are you calling in from?
Kelowna, British Columbia.
Okay, great. And what's your question for us today?
How do I find the analytics for the actual the page, like where I can enter keywords and to improve the SEO of the entire site?
Sure.
I know everybody has their own individual one as a member, but I can't remember how to find where I can enter that information there must be some place to put in the information as a whole.
Yes, there is. What's your site? I'll show you where you can do that.
Okay. Holistic Essentials Wellness Directory.
All right, let's see. And I'll show you a couple places. Beautiful. So let's go to your home page. And can you tell me, for example, where you're trying to edit the SEO? Is it of your home page, the search results pages, static web pages that you've custom created?
Well, I was thinking, I mean, I know how to go in and do it individually for my pages and for members, but overall for the directory itself.
Gotcha. So let me give you an example. You have a section in your admin called SEO templates. And this is for all your dynamic pages. And I'll give you an example. Let me scroll down. So for example, you have the write a review page for the members. Let's go to one of your members pages real quick. And we'll view the listing. And we'll click on write a review. So this page has some SEO details that you can edit. And I'm going to go look at the source code. You can already see in the title, it says rate and review expressions, the name of the company, basically. Let me go into the source of the page here. So we can see the title here. And so this is a dynamic page. It uses a template because it'll use the same model for all the members write a review page. So if you're ever wondering how to edit the the template that will be applied to all the members' pages, like the write a review page. When you do visit website from the admin area, you'll have this admin bar on your site, which means you're logged in as an admin. What you can do very easily when you toggle open this admin bar when you're on a page, you can see here it says Edit SEO Template 102. And if you click on this, it'll take us to the admin. There won't be any content in here, but if you scroll down, these are the SEO meta details. And if we look closely, we can see that it says rate and review. And then it's using a variable here, which is the member's full name, because this is a template that will be applied to all the different members' pages, their write a review page, their contact us page, etc. So if you wanted to change this, you can embed keywords. This is the member's full name. This is their profession name, their top level category, and then it says reviews on your website name. So here you can edit the SEO meta details of your page title, the meta keywords, and the meta description. And what you want to do is you want to use these things that are in percentage signs. These are different variables of the members. So the full name will always use the member's full name. So if we wanted to do full name reviews as a keyword and then comma, so on and so forth, that's a way to kind of enhance the SEO of the site. But the way you access it is from go to one of the pages you want to change the SEO template of, toggle open the admin bar, click on the SEO template, and just scroll down to the sidebar here. And you want to create, we've talked about this in previous webinars, but you want to create nice, powerful meta titles, keywords, and descriptions for all your pages. We've already started you guys out with good quality stuff, but you can always take it to the next level if you have SEO goals and specific targets you're trying to reach. Does that answer your question?
Well, is there a way to increase it for the website itself rather than individual pages?
Yeah, so like I said, we've started you off with lots of good keywords built into here, like the member's name, the name of your website, the top level category the member's a part of. So if you wanted to enhance there's a lot of control here. That's why you have access to all these different types of pages. These are different combinations of pages, top level category search results for sub level categories, combinations of top level and sub level categories. The SEO is already done for you. The only reason you'd want to go page by page to enhance it is if you have additional keywords you want to inject into those. A quick way to do it is to go to your general settings. And a lot of times we're injecting the industry name and the profession name into the meta information of those the SEO details, the metadata details. So if you want certain keywords to always be repeated on the page in your SEO details to rank well for those, just make sure they're part of your industry and your profession name. I wouldn't spam it. I would still keep it relatively short and just answer what it's asking you. For example, what is the profession of the site? Interior designer. You did a good job. You did holistic health and wellness business and wellness products and services as the industry. So you've done a good job here. You might want to put wellness products and holistic services just to get an extra keyword in here. Do you mind if I save this for your industry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it is both spellings are acceptable, but yes, I don't have it spelt with just the H
I'm with
in
you.
very places, so I probably should include that somewhere. That was one of my questions. To incorporate words that maybe are not part of the main descriptor.
So holistic with a W, you're doing that for branding purposes, right?
Well, partly, but there's holistic. It does have a bit of a different meaning.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's a keyword in of itself. So yeah, you can stick with that. And yeah, these are some ways that you have access to your SEO, so you can amp it up however you see fit.
Okay.
All right.
I'll start with that. Thank you.
All right. I just want to check one thing also. I want to try something. I just want to Google. Holistic Wellness Directory. So, okay, what I wanted to see is if Google is recommending which spelling. Google is recommending the holistic with an H. I'm not even the first result is the holistic with an H here. But you're saying it is a word, and it's a known word in the industry. So, okay, probably just has less search volume. Here's Dr. Posner's Holistic Wellness. Okay, I'm with you. All right, Arlana, thank you so much for sharing your site with us.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Jason, we have a question from a Colette, and it's a simple one to answer. She just wants us to explain what the list in all locations is for under quick edits for members, and if we could talk about that a little bit.
Absolutely. So there is really cool functionality. Show you guys an example. So as you know, you can do location searches on a website. And when you do a location search, you can find members. I'll just type California here. Or I guess this site is only searching Canada. So let's do Toronto. So you do search, and there's 3 members in Toronto. Now, there is a feature where you can, and I'm in the search members area of the admin, you can do a quick edit. And actually, let me do something here. So Bonita Summers is not one of the 3 results here in the search results. I'm just going to quickly, I'm going to switch this back, Arlana, no worries here. So I'm going to set her, there is a listing setting to list the member in all locations. And basically what that means is no matter what location is searched on the site, that member will always show up in the location. So that's going to give the member huge exposure throughout the website for all locations, if they're available with all location searches. So this could be another upsell. If someone upgrades to a higher level, you're going to list them in all locations. Maybe they service nationwide, all over Canada or the US or worldwide. So listing them in all locations will definitely give them more visibility throughout the site. And now you can see we have 4 results here in the search results. And here is Bonita Summers here, the person we just added to list in all locations. She will show up for all location searches. Now, if you do a keyword or a category search plus locations, if she's not part of that category, she won't show up for that category plus location search. She would have to be the category, at least in the category, and then any location to qualify in the search results. Let me switch this back real quick. So this is a really awesome tool. Everyone should have this on their Brilliant Directories website, and it's a great way to upsell your members to get additional visibility throughout your directory website. All right, she's gone now, and there's only 3 results. Back to normal here. All right, Colette, great question there, and it's a great way to show that feature off. All right, let's see more questions here. All right, David, we'll come back to you now. How's it going, David?
Good, thank you, Jason. My site is thebestOf.golf, and we have on our profile, on our member profile, we have a place that they can put in if they have an online booking engine. So that to go to that site. But the one of the sites we're using also provides script code for, you know, so you could put it like into a WordPress site or something, so it will just pop up. And I figured out how to get it to pop up on the site in general through a sidebar, but it was, you know, it was showing up on everybody's page. So I want to know if there's a way to be able to put attach that you know, personal script, if you like, to the book now button on a particular member's profile. Yeah, go into members.
Okay.
And search for Balbi, B-A-L-B-I. Yeah, that's me there. And you'll see that there's a button down there about halfway down that says view schedule now. So that is yeah, turn me off. That is the link, but I have, you know, I have a piece of code that's script code that would allow this schedule to pop up within Brilliant Directories. I'd like people, you know, I would like to not have them be taken to an external site. I'd like to keep them within the members profile page. And so, you know, is this something that can be done, even, you know, whether it's something you do or within the customization? Is that, do you think that's a reasonable?
Let's go back to the let's go back to the slide. It's going to create a better user experience.
Yeah.
I can see how you can do a customization on that. You could load a pop-up that has an iframe. I'm using technical terms here. So they get a pop-up that has an iframe that has the scheduler in it,
Right.
and that would be something a developer would be able to do relatively. It's very straightforward what it is. And this is a platform called bookme.name.
Yes.
So I don't know if they might have an embed tool to embed.
Well, they have the embed code. I mean, I can get, you know, I can get the script code from them, but they don't have a, you know, a pop-up tool. So they can give me the code for an embed, but actually how to get that into the individual profile page.
Let me show you how to do that. Let me show you how to do that.
Now, definitely the solution.
would this go in the sidebar?
Yeah, I can put the script code into the text, into the chat if you like.
Yeah, go for it.
That's the code. Okay, it's in the chat right now.
Okay, let me see. I'm looking for it. Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay, so you given me your code. Let's try. Let's try something. Okay, this will be a fun one. I'll try to do it. Okay, we're gonna give it a 3-minute timeline.
Yes.
If we can do it, then if not, then we'll just backtrack. So a couple things I'm gonna do. First is we're gonna add an input so your members can input their own code in there. So I'm gonna edit the list. The additional details for members.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna create a new form field called user booking. Field type, I want to do not custom HTML. Yeah, that might work actually. Let me just do a text area box first, see if that works. So that would be multi-line text area. Enter booking scripts code. So I'm creating a custom field where you would enter this. Okay, that's fine. Show in display view, no. Let me save the changes. And we're logged in. Let me log in as you. Okay, let's go here. First I want to see is if I save it, if it's going to allow me to save script code. Sometimes there's to prevent spammers and stuff, it doesn't let you just save script code into here. But let's try saving this here. So now we can see there's a field at the top in the listing details, and it looks like it's saved it here.
Okay.
So the second thing we want to do is create a widget that will render that. So we're going to create a new widget, and we're going to call it users booking script. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this widget in the sidebar and see if we can get it to render. So echo, see if I do this correctly, user, I think I called it user booking. Let's save that. Let's see what I did here. Yeah, it's user booking. And we're going to go to your sidebar manager, and we're going to go to the members profile page. I should create an if statement, like if that works for if that exists for the user, then do it. But let me just do a quick one here. I don't know if it's going to render, it's going to execute the script, or if it's just going to show the text of the script. That's what I'm wondering. So
Right.
don't hold me to it if it works or not. So let's see if this works now. It's doing something here. Now there's a space. It's loading. There we go. So now there's times here. Boom.
Oh, fabulous.
So this is,
That's great.
what are you using for this booking?
Well, so
Book.name?
yeah, the company is called Book Like a Boss, but they're this is their book.name is the
So
is
you're
the
going
URL.
Are you going to request all your users would have to register an account with them in order for the booking to work?
Yes, yeah, but their basic account is free, so it's kind of a no-brainer. And if
Gotcha.
they want to do more, if they want more features, then they can pay to. But I just wanted people to be able to book without going to an external page and then getting distracted. So if they could book it right there.
So that's a great way to reach out to members and say, hey, we want to help you get set this up, and you can call them, and this is something that you can do proactively or just make it available for pro members. But now there's a booking on the sidebar here. So there you go.
Okay, as always, fantastic. Thank you very much.
All right, our pleasure.
And Jason, do you want to just talk just a minute on what it means when we say an embed code? Because I think some people might not be familiar what an embed code is, and how, like, for example, YouTube and so forth. You're embedding a third-party code.
Correct. So let's go to YouTube and let's get some embed code from one of our favorite DJs, Solomon. And so if you want to share a video, we can get the embed code, and I'll just copy this here. So then with this embed code, I can put this video on any website, anywhere. In this case, I'll save it where David's profile. Let me save his previous code so I can swap it out. But now we'll see a YouTube video in the sidebar. So if your members, they want to have a video at the top of their page or stuff like that, these are great workarounds. Let's see if this works. Everyone's fingers are crossed, I hope. All right, so that's saved. Now let's view the profile. I don't know if that will work. Well, yep, there is a video here. It's not the prettiest thing. You got to do some design work to just get it sized up, but it is here in the sidebar. It just needs a little more height.
I find Jason putting an embed code in a div works. So far, it's worked all the time for me. Just putting a div in there, it'll instantly format it. A div is essentially a box. So whenever you do get a third-party piece of code, if you put it inside of a div, it should display perfectly in whatever container you have it placed in.
All right, let me replace David's code with the correct stuff and go from there. That's good to know you can do that. So, booking or videos, whatever it might be, you can have your members put some additional stuff on their sites. All right, let's move on. Thank you for that question, David. Nadia, we've unmuted your microphone.
Okay, I would figure out how to add featured members on my site. I'm not sure if that's part of the VIP add-ons, which I've already
what's the name of your... Yeah, so just so everyone knows, she just asked how can she add featured members to her homepage on her website. What's the name of your website, Nadia?
I just typed it in.
What? Oh, you just typed it in? Okay. Let me see if I can pull it up. It was hard to hear you. Okay, so let's go to your homepage. Hey, I love your logo. Okay, so here's your homepage. You have a main menu, search box, and then you have just basic information and the footer.
Yeah, very preliminary right now. I wanted to figure out, I feel like I can get a couple of people and just the information that you gave me just now with the free trial, that's awesome, because that's going to be my rope into a lot of people that already basically told me that they definitely will sign up. But I do want to be able to feature them on the website on the front page. I'm not sure how to do that, and I don't know if it's part of the VIP add-in.
Let me show you. So what you want to do is you want to go to your design settings, and under homepage layout, everyone should know, if you've been doing your Brilliant Directories homework, there is a section where you can choose different elements to feature on the home page. And I noticed that you've put featured members here. Let me put that in the second spot, show featured members.
Oh, okay.
And one second, show featured members. And then the second spot, I'll do your about. Okay. Now, if we notice there were no members showing on your home page, because you haven't featured any members. So let me show you how to do that now.
Oh, okay.
So what you want to do is you want to go to the search members page in the admin. And under the actions, so we used this earlier today with the quick edit when we talked about how to list a member in all locations.
Right.
Under quick edit, you want to come here, and then listing settings is the second tab. And homepage featured member order. So you can now, everyone is do not feature because you're going to specify which members. So you can choose what position they will be featured. So let's do this guy position 1 and save the changes. And then let's refresh the home page. And we have featured member here, and we got this handsome guy right here. And let's do one more person. Let's do Thomas Art and Entertainment here. Quick edit. Listing settings. We'll do position 2. Now, if someone has the same position, the system might toggle them back and forth. So if you wanted to randomize people as featured, you can just set them all as the same one. I think it'll randomize it. But let's refresh the page now. And that person did not show. Let's find out why. Oh, their account is on hold, it looks like. Let me just set them as active. So the system's smart. It knows, which members are on hold and whatnot.
Good.
So if we come here now, we have 2 featured members, and this is coveted space on your homepage. So you can charge a premium to have people. If you have traffic coming to your site, you can definitely charge a premium to have members featured here. Now, let me take it one step further for you, Nadia. Instead of calling it featured members, let's call it something a little more powerful. So if we're back in the design settings now, if we click on the section order options, so these are all the different sections. I'm going to click this checkbox, and you'll see we're left with featured members. And we can change the title of it there. So you can do something like highest recommended. What is your site? Businesses?
It's local businesses and within my county.
Okay, so let's do this. Rockland County preferred businesses. Okay, and let's say you had like 6 people there. That's coveted space once your site gets traffic, and then by giving it like a title that has such value like that, the members are going to feel warm and fuzzy inside, and people are going to want to click on this and learn more about these people.
Right. That's what I figured. That's what I wanted to on there. I don't know if you had a few moments just for quick yeses and nos about some ideas that I had on my website.
Let's do one of them because there's a lot of questions.
Sure. I wanted to add like a tangible products, something like to the effect of if you're going to go to the platinum level, we're going to feature you in like an EDDM marketing plan. So basically, it's just to mail everything out to everybody in Rockland County and say, hey, these people joined food.com on it.
No. What I would recommend is doing this actually. What you're creating is a local travel guide because you're focusing on an area. So what I would recommend is actually creating consumer content. What I would recommend doing is, I'm just using our alumni theme as an example. I would start your website not with a searchable directory, but create content. So these could be articles like top 5 family restaurants in Rockland County, best activities in Rockland County. This is the featured blog article slide or add-on. Turn your site from the main focus being the directory to being consumer-facing content about what you can do in Rockland County, news in Rockland County. Then what you do is the directory part of it, turn that into the Rockland County Preferred Business Directory. That's secondary after the content of your awesome articles and things like that. Because now you're going to have a site that, let me get back to it, is going to have lots of good content for Rockland County, both locals and tourists. And then the preferred business directory, hey, every business is going to want to be in the Rockland County preferred business directory. And then that becomes the secondary focus of it. So you see here, it says alumni directory. This could be preferred business directory. And this is where people search for the businesses. That would be my recommendation moving forward with the site.
Okay.
Build a site for consumers. Then the professionals will follow. Okay. All right. Thank you.
That's great, Jason. I have a question related to that, and that is the section order. Basically, Dwayne is asking, how do you set up the section order, sort order? So choosing what's going to display where on your homepage.
So in the design settings under the homepage layout tab, I'll just reset everything. It's this the first long option here. So you could have up to 15 sections. I think that's too much. But basically, we want to make it easy for you guys to showcase your content on the homepage. You want a site that has nice images on the homepage, captivating content, things that are really going to suck people in. I don't like putting too much information on the homepage because it distracts the person from where you're trying to control the navigation and flow. I'll use that phrase again. But you want to have some teasers in there, maybe some events, some news, some featured members. You want to keep it tasteful, but here we have lots of different options. You can show recent coupons, classified jobs, photo albums. So depending on what type of content your website is focusing on, you might want to showcase that in the different section orders. And the way that the logic works is section 1 will show above section 2 and so on. So it'll start with whatever you set as the top one, and then as you scroll down the page, it'll show the other different things that you're featuring on your homepage. So it's super easy to add content to the homepage, keep it, and it'll update live. So if you have new events, it'll always update with the newest events on your homepage. I'm a big fan of the featured blog article slider because you can really control the initial captivating content that new users are going to see on your site. You don't always have to update it. If you have an article that just kills it and it converts people into signups or gets users to engage your site, you might want to keep that pinned up here the whole time, because you can choose which 5 articles you want in the blog article slider. And I think for a lot of website concepts, it's a lot better to start with captivating content than, hey, search the directory. There are many situations where searching the directory first is important. But again, in Nadia's example, she's creating basically a local city guide. I'd want to see some captivating local city news before I just search for in the directory. How are we doing on time here, Pat? Let's take a look. All right, we got time for a few more questions here. All right, let's go to one of our favorites here, Cindy. I'm going to unmute your microphone, Cindy.
Okay, I think it's a different Cindy, but anyway, it's rentersworld.com and set up as a classified website.
Okay.
And my question is, because a lot of the people will have several horses advertised, and so when they get their lead, how can I get it so that they put the horse's name in so they know which horse? So if you were to look at the view all page and then click on the and go to the profile of the
so let's look at a gorgeous Derby mare here for 30,000. And
right.
So there's a contact this member here.
Right.
And you want to know which page this inquiry came from. Is that?
Well, no, what I'd like to give, when they put the message in there, to maybe say, be sure and enter the horse's name, or to to put another slot in there asking for the horse's name?
Is this the horse's name, Gorgeous Derby Mare? Is the title?
The horse's name would be, it's horse's name. See it right under contact this member, and it says horse's name. So it's the next one up, Mercedes Little Step.
Gotcha. Let me see what I can.
Horse's name.
Let me see what I can do for you. Give me one moment. Might be able to do something there. Let me just grab a variable here. So that is horse's name. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Status here, horse's name. So this is the group. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it, okay? This is another kind of workaround here. I'm going to create a widget, and new widget, and we'll call it horse name. And all I'm going to do is input the variable that gets the horse's name there. And what I'll do is, let's go to your form, the get matched form. That's the lead form. And I'm going to add a new form field. Go back to the widget here. And I'm going to grab this here. So I'm going to copy the widget, which renders the name of the horse. So I'm going to create a new form field called, actually what I'm going to do, let me just think of the best way to do this. Okay, let me try two things. We'll do horse's name. There's two ways to do this. Let me try this one first. So we're going to do lead horse name, and this is going to be a text input. And we could, the default field value, we could do this widget. So what I'm going to do is basically render the horse's name as the widget, as the default value. This is one way to do it. Let me save the changes. And let me just put that as one of the top options here. Okay, let's save the changes. Let's give it a shot. I'm not sure about this one, but let's see if that works. Here it says horse's name, Mercedes Little Step. So if it exists, it'll fill this in automatically. Do you see that?
All right. Okay, so I see that.
And
so
that'll get submitted with just like all the other information the person is entering.
Okay, so will it also do it from the profile page as well, or not?
Well, the profile page, it wouldn't, because a member could have many horses, so it doesn't know which specific horse. That one works because, so if we do send a message, see, there's no horse's name here, because that one, it knows which classified listing you're looking at. So, but this is not bad, because maybe someone has 20 horses, and you can just type here, like, the horse's name, if you know it. So this is the members listing. Yeah, when you're contacting a member, they might have 50 horse listings. Oh, you like it like this? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I was looking and I didn't know that it was on there. Yes, because like Woezone has 20 horses, and so she has a horrible time because the people they just say this horse, or I want more information. So
right. So this is nice. So now there's a field. It'll work. And yeah, you should be good. Good to go on that.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I know Pat and I had a little sweat on our brow on that one. All right, let's take one more question here. All right, we got Brandon. Brandon, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Where are you calling in?
No problem. I actually live in Atlanta now, so I live in Atlanta, so I'm calling from Atlanta.
All right. How did you like this webinar today?
Hey, I loved it, man. You know, I've been trying to catch them, and just to let you know, I've been blowing it up out here, partnering with a lot of celebrities, and we're about to really do some big things with Brilliant Directories. So,
All right. Hey,
thank you so much.
Invite us to the parties whenever you got them.
They're coming. They're coming. Trust me, they're coming.
Nice.
But speaking of that, my site is Rapplug, www.rapplug.com, and it's probably not a big fix, but it is something I just want to see if we can do it or not.
Okay.
You know, on rapplug.com, I kind of tweaked one of the featured features on rapplug.com because I want people to be able to have their music shown on the homepage, just like we have some of the other stuff shown on our homepage. And at the bottom, you'll see that there is a streamline feature for them to see the actual music, but the pictures won't pop up. So at the bottom of the homepage, the thumbnail for the actual music SoundCloud link won't pop up. For everything else, it does for the videos and events and products, but not the music. And I was trying to see if it was possible for us to fix that because it pops up when you go to the actual music, page for the SoundCloud links, but it doesn't pop up on the homepage.
All right, let me check a couple things first. So this one here, the music, right?
Yeah, it's under jobs. So it's called jobs, but I had it render the actual SoundCloud.
Okay, so just to click on
one. Is there a reason why? Sorry, go ahead, Jason.
Okay, so this one is working here, I see, but it's not getting it here.
Right.
I don't think we ever made. So, by the way, very nice job. Round of applause. You're using the streaming widgets here on the homepage, right?
Yep.
You're streaming content. Okay, you did a really good job. You got the article slider here. I don't think you actually. So you just threw a curveball at us. I don't think we ever created a way to stream. I have a solution for you though, but I don't think we ever created a section order to stream audio. Let me go down to 15 here. Show recent audio.
So yeah, so I saw that. So what I did was I rendered jobs, and then when I put jobs in, it asked me what feature I wanted, and I went ahead and selected audio. So I kind of had to work around it.
I got a workaround for you. Okay. Can we do, I want to do member articles with sidebar. Okay. So this one you did recent jobs. I want to do with the sidebar. I don't think it's going to get the pictures, but it might at least get the player. Okay. So let me just show you how this might look. So let me do the articles with sidebar, and let's go here. So member article with sidebar. I'm going to assign it to the audio, and we'll do a sidebar. Let me just do post search results sidebar. Okay. I'm going to edit that widget for you, and I'm going to try something. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll try something. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let me go to your home page.
Yeah, because it looks great in the search result layout. If you do /audio files, it's going to look real nice. That's the layout we need.
Okay, let me refresh this. Okay, member products. It's not grabbing it. Let me just recent member articles with sidebar. Post must have photo. So let me do show all even if no photo. And let me save the changes. And I'm gonna refresh the home page again.
This might work. Feel good about it.
I'm gonna have to, okay, so it's grabbing a link to it, not the image. Now what I can do is we do two things, Brandon. We can allow for a photo upload, so you can upload a photo with these and it'll show here. So I know it's grabbing the image on the detail page, but on the search results, if you wanted to have a photo, you could upload a photo, but you're probably not going to upload photo for all the different SoundCloud files. What I could do here instead is put the player so you can actually play these here on the homepage.
Dope.
All right, so let me, I'm going to edit the widget and I'm going to put the search results design for the player on this one. So
yeah, it's like on /audio files, correct? Is that what you're going to go for here?
Exactly. So I'm going to go to I don't know if it's going to work, but look, we're crossing our fingers a lot this webinar. But so far, we've done a good job. So I'm going to the search results layout for audio. Let me show everyone what that's going to look like before we do it. So what we're looking for is we're looking for this on the home page, where it's actually going to, and we'll just give it a second to load. It's actually going to load the songs. See this SoundCloud, and you're only going to do 4, so I think it'll be okay. So that way you'll get the songs that are on the home page. So let's go to the search results view. Search results design. And again, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm just going to copy this guy right here. It might not work, Brandon, so don't hold me to this. Actually, I don't think it's going to work. I hate to say it. A lot of hype. But that's the music industry, you know. All right, this might work. If I paste this in here, I think this is it. I think this is it right here. Let's see. Yeah, that was it. So if it's going to work, this is going to work. If not, then it's not going to work. So let me refresh the cache on your site just to make sure it got the changes. I'll get rid of the show widgets here. All right, let's give this a second to load. It's loading because I just refreshed the cache. Okay, we got Rick Ross featured there. All right, we scroll down. I might need to refresh the home page again. All right, let's refresh this. How many sites you got going, Brandon?
I probably have like 8 in my account. I'm shooting for 100 by the end of the year. I'll probably have at least 20 within the next, month that I'll be getting from you guys.
Boom.
And just to let you know, I pitched one of my sites at a pitch competition 3 days ago, and I won $50,000.
Invite us to the party, man. That's great news, man.
Really happy.
No, really happy to hear that. So it looks like this Kodak one isn't linked up right, but the other ones here, that's our office dog here, these other ones are streaming on the homepage. So you might want to create a special sidebar just for the homepage streaming widgets. So let me show you where to do that. So go to design settings, create a separate sidebar just for your homepage, and just put the content that you want in there. Go to homepage layout, Brandon, homepage section order, and then on the recent, remember we're repurposing the recent member articles with sidebar. Just choose the sidebar you want after you've created it with the elements you want in there, okay? And that way you'll have a dedicated sidebar that's special just for the homepage that you want. And you obviously want the sidebar to be kind of the same length as the 4 videos that the 4 audio files that you're showing there. So right now we're using a sidebar that's very long. See this?
Yeah.
So you might want to just make a custom sidebar, and or alternatively, let's do this for now. Let's do no sidebar, and it'll just go full width. That way it's not even a problem for you.
I like that.
I might just keep the no sidebar for the homepage and then just keep the sidebar on the other page.
Okay. Now, a benefit of what we just did, I thought we weren't going to get the image, but there is an image in the embed player. Let's just refresh the page one more time. Just takes a second with the changes saving. All right. So now we got full. So this is a great place. Let me make sure this sidebar is off for you. Something's happening there. I'll take care of that for you. This is a great place to feature people's songs on the homepage. So it's really good there. I'll make sure this is off for you, this sidebar here.
Mm-hmm. And in the future, I might need to, this is probably going to be customization, I know, but instead of just doing SoundCloud, I want to see if there's a way that I can get them to also have their audio files from like Tidal and Spotify and, as well, that way, just in case they want to have their music displayed from other music streaming channels, they can.
Yeah, I'm sure if those sites also follow the same logic as SoundCloud, so it might just be a simple customization, and I think that would increase your ability to, to render more content on your site. So that would be something worthy of a customization.
Perfect.
All right, Brandon. I'll take care of that sidebar issue. Let me just sign off on the webinar here. I think this was a terrific webinar. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Don't forget about our tips for when and why to pay for a customization. And don't forget to get the Analytics Pro for your Brilliant Directories website. You can go to analytics.thecustomizationexpert.com. Those guys are doing truly, truly amazing things. It's a free tool. Get it now. Get it. And finally, if we didn't get to your questions today, please feel free to go to our LinkedIn group. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/LinkedIn. Start a discussion there, ask questions, and myself and other fellow directory owners will be there to answer your questions. So have a great day. Have a great week. We'll catch you in about 2 weeks in the next webinar Wednesday. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. See you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.